This big and beautiful landscape is part of the Midpeninsula Regional Open Space District's more than 6,000-acre La Honda Creek Open Space Preserve along the San Mateo County coast. Midpen carefully stewards La Honda Creek to protect and restore its precious natural environment, to preserve the rural character and agricultural heritage of the coastal region, and to provide great opportunities for all of us to come outdoors to enjoy and connect to it all.
And as you're walking through this beautiful open grassland, you're going to get really great vistas of beautiful watersheds. We have La Honda Creek off in the distance.
La Honda Creek Preserve is an ecological gem, graced by wondrous woodlands and waterways and views of the coast, where nature and agriculture thrive in harmony with each other and with us.
You can have cattle grazing to reduce fire loads, but also enhance ecosystems at the same time. There's a balance with everything in life, and it's just, the ranching side is just one part of it.
For nearly 20 years, Midpen has had a public mandate to manage its open space in the coastal region for agricultural sustainability, ecological health, and public access. Conservation grazing helps Midpen meet these goals, and ranchers like Alan Renz are leading the way. Alan, you know, for you to be able to come out here and to continue now, what, 6 generations?
Yep, starting the 6th.
Child the 6th generation of California ranching families. How important is this to you?
It's more than what you can put into words in terms of the respect I have for not only Midpen, but every agency I work with, to be able to be in the position where you can carry that tradition on, because there's a love of the land, there's a love of the livestock, and so to carry that forward, working in relationship with Midpen, with Matt, it keeps an industry alive, but it also provides a local food source.
Alan's family history of ranching is rich and deeply rooted, but he's working differently these days, balancing the needs of ranching with recreation and environmental protection, in close collaboration with the Midpen team, including resource management specialist Matt Sharp-Cheney.
Yeah, so cattle do a really great job of coming in and essentially mowing the grass for us. It's a much more economical and ecologically sensitive way to manage this grassland and make sure that it's maintained through time. Our partnership with local grazing operations and local ranchers that have been here for generations is a really excellent way for us to both maintain grasslands and also support the local agricultural community and the history that we have here on the landscape.
Stock ponds, created by ranchers decades ago for cattle, also support native animal species. As part of Midpen's carefully controlled conservation grazing program on the San Mateo County coast, cattle perform many vital ecological functions, including keeping non-native plant species in check, allowing native California grasses and wildflowers to flourish, and significantly reducing risks of wildfire. For visitors, the results are beautiful, something Kelsey Smith, who works for Alan here, admires every day.
What I want people to experience is the openness. I feel like on the other side of the hill, everything is very closed off. Up here, there's these wide open grasslands, and people can come out here for a breath of fresh air.
Very soon here, we'll be able to wander along a new, gentle, and short loop trail that features some of La Honda Creek Preserve's many treasures in just over a mile. In the winter of 2022, we got a sneak preview, led by Midpen Maintenance Supervisor and expert trail builder Don Mackesy, and Midpen Ranger Michael Barnes.
Even if you're not a big hiker, you can still get out here, you can still get the feeling of summiting, you can still take in the views and have an experience and really get a good sense of what this preserve has to offer.
It's a really unique trail out here. It gives you a little of everything in just a real short amount of time. We're really looking forward to having just about everybody be able to experience all of those really special environments out here.
The trail leads us over rolling grasslands and grazing areas and delivers great views of La Honda.
This is terrific, wow.
Before leading us into deep forests and lush vegetation.
Hey, this is nice and cool and forested. What are we looking at here in terms of vegetation?
We've got some big Doug firs here, some oak trees.
We experience a sheltered world of woodlands and wood rat nests and geological reminders of our changing coastline.
This would have been basically lava, essentially, close to the surface, coming up when this all used to be under the ocean, under the Pacific.
We round a corner and suddenly find ourselves soaking in the damp, cool air of a redwood forest and a whole new palette of plants.
All right, so here we're coming up on a beautiful rare plant that we have out on this preserve and several others. This is called Western Leatherwood, and we are lucky enough right now to be here when it is blooming. So it's one of those unusual plants that blooms in the wintertime.
Protecting plants like this leatherwood while building a trail right next to them takes careful planning.
The crew did a great job of creative problem solving when they were building to try to get this area up higher but far enough out so that it wouldn't impact this plant or those nests.
It's really like a 5-dimensional chess thing because you have so many different moves. This could harm that could harm, so you have to be exceedingly careful in the design and then the implementation of it.
Sometime in 2022, we can all enjoy this walk through nature and time, sometimes in the company of grazing cattle. As long as we don't leave the trail and bother them, they'll give us plenty of room to appreciate the work they're doing for nature and for us.
Take your time, remember to breathe and just take it in. If you stop and listen, there's so much to be found and so many treasures to see on the landscape.
When we come back, get a special behind-the-scenes tour of a coastal kingdom of nature and agriculture being ready to receive us in the years ahead.